Welcome to Poetry Palace TV. I am Tom Beal, and this is my Diary of a Poet series, episode 29. If you are new, the intent of the show is to read Volume 18, Internal Revolutions, poems I've been writing to my late wife since February of 2020. Unfortunately, I have not yet been able to read them in a composed manner. It was suggested that I simply start from the beginning so that I may get used to the idea slowly and add a bit more time to my process before actually trying to read those poems to you. If you would like to read along at another pace, the series is available to read for free at poetrypalacegiftshop.com. The producer of the show, as well as other fans, believe the verse in her volume is quite helpful for those who have lost a spouse. And if you know of someone who you feel might be helped, please suggest they check it out. In this episode, we are continuing with Volume 16, Dances in the Dark. Dark stands for Dreamers and Rainbow Chasers. I don't believe it is any longer a site, but I wrote a lot of poems there. Number 1123, Scrambling from Blind. I wallowed till pity was pathetic, raged until anger was bile, screamed until words were in whisper, lusted till I was dirty and vile. So what if the past was full of torture? Who cares, the old man was mean? Why piss on this now's wonder, dragging yesteryear's black scene? Yes, love was slain by vicious emotion. Fear was the god that I served. Pain was my purple kingdom, the horror I once reserved. But that was truly only yesterday. The guardhouse vacant for years. Why waste breaths with remember? Why wet today with its tears? The blame game only worked until manhood. Now all the abuse is mine. If I let it continue, those cries were nothing but whine. There is no use in using the pillage. That old man is changed and gone. No reason to play a part. Now has no stage to act on. I can destroy this moment's adventure. With memory I keep alive. Ruin my hope of comfort. Turn living into survive. But did not that journey bless with lessons? Was I not stubborn to learn? Hasn't this heart grown stronger, even from my crash and burn? Is my love now free from vulgar hatred? Is compassion part of my mind? Hasn't this gift of terror sent me scrambling from blind? Number 1124, Roland Garros. Mon fille is dancing with Federer, the prior a little clumsy of foot. You gotta love the slide of the clay, romantic Persian scores and feisty fans. It's down to the third set of the match. Number one, and a talented reacher. Now Roger is turning it up a notch. Mon fille taking the heat like nothing changed. But everyone knows he can't lose more. Federer serving for match and poise. You know, that hope is about gone, but Mon fille seems to be the last to know. Add Mon fille to the scream of the crowd. Now a marionette in master's hands. So hope floats away again so soon. A slip, some net play, the fatal error. Again it is Roger who's standing. Mon fille needs win 2 sets in a row. Seasoning is beginning to show, but one underdog point gets the praise. The up and coming is really good. Still Roger turns up the tempo again. Suddenly it's deuce on king's serve. Just an ad, and it's all s'il vous plaît. It's hand to hand, and the kingdom stands, but it's balls to the wall at the moat. Precision raises its practiced hand, starting to look like Flea and the dog. Break point to win, the pro takes it clean, and it appears there's lessons to learn. Amidst the electric volley, it's entirely glory and go. Reciprocal honors are given, dual respect and love of the game. Bullet after bullet is bitten, then Mon fille takes us from breakpoint to win. Roger wins in half a minute. Monfils' expression has melted to grim. There may be no way to beat Federer, but the plump woman ain't ready to sing. To perfect crowd gasps, the two play on until Roger has break point for the match. And then it's deuce, then add Monfils, till Roger's pace spins the boy to the ground. The crowd woos into cheers for Monfils. One must listen to the noise of the new. Now merci beaucoup is sternly said, but not an ear really cares about that. Finesse seems to solely rest in age. Maybe constant should have come before that. Federer's fatal finally shows through. Yes, of course, with an embrace and a smile. Number 1128, different worlds. The two different worlds that I live in are spread so terribly far apart that I wonder if the drastic changes might not be a good thing for my heart. 4 a.m., either alarm or bedtime, and is the diet coffee or lamb? I suppose if the change was not drastic, it might put me in some sort of jam. 8 months of early days with no ending, 4 months of wishing I had saved. It is odd how the lapses seem so equal. Guess the tick of the talk misbehaved. Work like a dog when work has plenty, as sweet as the idle winter brings. I'm satisfied to spend days watching the duet with which my lifetime sings. Number 1129. Dissecting the inexplicable. After mentioning fasting in the wife's birthday card, and possibly a different world's epilogue, I thought maybe a little history on this bard just might enhance our invisible dialogue. The private school cure found me at 112 pounds. I was only 5'11" at the time. The beater by then had me scared of all angry sounds. School owed Grandpa money, so I went on his dime. 30 kilos from cigarettes, I was Mr. Buff. Only 41 demerits at Christmas break. Over 400 in May, the day they had had enough. School pres drove me halfway to a dad I did forsake. Beanpole was forgotten as I idled out the year. The Park School failed to offer Bible 1 and 2. French 2's teacher for French 1 made my credit scam clear. As 10th grade passed away, I knew that school was through. 8 months of expulsion games and 2 schools I was done. 3 days shy of file clerk school, strep throat beat boot camp. Played Phoenix and beer in Bar Harbor through marriage number 1. Drove into number 2 with stupid poet tramp. Hindsight say the daughter made that horrid trip okay. And the ex's AM call, 20 years through hate. Heart's door ajar, the empty mind found lovers to play. Till little girl hunted down boy toy for her fate. Oh, I missed the brother who shrugged off unfriendly seeds. Just devouring a girl, friend back along the way. Tricked this lazy king into strenuous iron deeds. Gained well over 50 pounds with his pump and play. Number 3 would not have that my one day off a week, so I mostly errantly chose not to stand my ground. Perhaps too many battles have made my heart weak, so I sat in my dump truck, adding pound by pound. Well, no quitter brother came back after reading Fast 5, and the 5-hour eating window was introduced. Of course, I quit at Christmas time, the year-end survive. By March, the couch potato had pound by pound loosed. 256, the DOT doctor said. A relaxed heart rate of 88 was not good. With all those death tales spinning in Frantic's head, went back to the window like any scareboy would. 2 p.m. Black Java. Drown, I reached for a magic box. Last week's steak, this week's lamb surely filled the hole. I've beaten all but 2 days of hunger's sly little fox. 2:38 right now. I'm glad I paid the toll. Of course, I sit here with my coffee heavily creamed. The fasting is a weekday deal with 2 days off. But life is looking so much better than it ever seemed. Lift the cup, take a drag, tip my smoker's cough. God is one, as is God's creation. Number 1130. Know the truth, and the truth is what it says. Do you think the truth is a man who lived and died? The gospel is liturgy of facts for meditations of heart that King David tried. One is the number of the King of Days, Creator, Curator, and 1,000 more names. And yesterday, today, and tomorrow, blasphemously blamed for the horror of lies games. At soul, we are all one because of law, which all of love and peace and joy and rest involve. The meditations are a stepping stone to rise up into one through the act of evolve. Did Lot argue with God, or was that law? 10 righteous men through whom even karma could change. Is Moses the first thought you had of God? Truth dying the reason for use awkward and strange? Without appearance, what if proof remains? Behind senses, what vehicle does one employ? Does the ethereal body have chores to do? Beyond this body, what does one learn to enjoy? Number 1134. Cheers. So I was up to 8 cups of coffee a day at work, before I ate. I went and found me a bigger cup. Now it's 2. Oh, what a feat. I got walnut in my lunch this week. The past fistful celebrated. Grammy kept them in the sugar jar. My small this high was elated. 27 degrees on the bike. Damn cold fingers, ski gloves aside. Back roads add 8 miles to the gallon. Might be highway too cold to ride. $11.40 saved. Cartons almost a long week. Truck waxing saves a pack a day. 3 bills well shy a month I'll freak. Got lost here thinking of dollar signs. Oh yeah, coffee, motorcycle. Is forgetfulness a sign of lack? Blessed, prayer, old St. Michael. Don't know the saints, so I'll go without. Get me karma if I deserve. Theology never got me high. Hard work and love is what I'll serve. And in the end, if I burn in hell, give cheers and beers and sing a song. 'Cause if that's where life is leading to, a waste, holy, all along. Number 1135. Where the value's at. Income equals what I once thought rich. Childhood dreams were more perverted than I knew. But gas was 60 cents a gallon, and rent was what a week's shopping now will do. So I stop early to fill the bike, keep it under 20 as long as I can. Got the one piece and hood made of wool, two-wheeling through frost, just not drive the van. An old e-machine in the office, 90 in computer years, but still able. She's got the Dell desktop for Pogo. Then there's this laptop on the coffee table. The PS2 has its own TV, and karaoke's in the 42-inch. I'm sure we could scrounge up another if we ever found ourselves in a pinch. Mostly stainless kitchen makes her smile. Maybe a fridge this year would make her giggle. The credit demon still fills my head, but I've kept it to one annoying jiggle. There's 400 watts of PV, 4 monster speakers in case if I need the cops. 300 plus discs to sing from. I guess I better quit because it never stops. So maybe perverted wasn't off and the rich only looks greener when you are poor. And all perspective, but for 2, money is not what either wishes for. But none of this stuff is of value compared to the perfect from number 1. Hoping Star Trek might make verse. Should I throw in a Berkeley mention for fun? Demon-possessed genius at work with his dark hole media for the lost crew. I see Neo Data, too technical, and Luoxan is crazy and sexy too. I'll spare you Spock, Geordi, and Seven. Leave Bones, Sulu, and Doc for another time. Don't want to totally bore you here with all of this present points. I'll make this end rhyme. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode of Poetry Palace. I hope there was something that caught your ear. Please feel free to check out the website, and I hope to see you next week. Au revoir.